Morning, folks. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School, and I'm out here today at the hunting camp. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to introduce you to a new product at Self-Reliance Outfitters that's on a special deal right now through the end of the year. And that is our new Pathfinder branded Campmaster blend coffees. We have it in a campfire blend. We have it in a woodsman's wake-up call. Now, I'll put the price for this coffee in the description box, but there's a special deal going on right now that you can get the French press, which we're going to make coffee in today here at camp, and 2 bags of coffee for a very, very low price, where you get, I think if you were paying retail for the bags of coffee, you'd probably get the French press at about $7 if you kind of do the math. However, what I really want to talk to you guys about today was more than just the coffee. I wanted to kind of explain to you, A, why we did coffee, and then B, a little bit of things about the school that we've done over the last 12 months to make improvements, to make a better experience for our students, and to make it a more well-rounded school that's safer for you to come to in general. So, to the coffee. I mean, anybody can put their label on coffee. It's like anything else. You know, there's lots of coffee manufacturers and importers out there that will private label coffee for you. The thing with coffee is at the Pathfinder School is that, you know, Kevin Baxter, who's the camp master, Salty Dog Outdoors is his YouTube channel. He's been with the Pathfinder School longer than anyone else except myself. He's been with the Pathfinder School since about 2010 or 11, I believe. So, you know, 12 years, something like that. He's been at the Pathfinder School, and he's been my camp master here at the school for the last probably 7 years of that time. And the camp master's job, or his duties, is to ensure that students are well taken care of with peripheral things, like do they have the right kit? Is there kit that needs to be replaced? Is there kit that needs to be repaired? Do they have firewood where they need it? Is water put where they need water? Are they camped where they're supposed to be? Do they have any medical needs that they need addressed right away, or something that they need to be addressed during the course of the class to make sure they're eating with certain medications? All those types of things, including rostering, tracking the instructor candidates in the instructor program, student rosters and student pickup, signing of releases. All of those things are the camp master's job, including cooking for the staff. So he has a pretty big hat that he has to wear every week here at the Pathfinder School. And we teach classes about every 2 weeks, sometimes every other week, or excuse me, sometimes every week here at the school, from probably March through November, and then 1 or 2 classes sprinkled in here during the winter time as well. So he spends a lot of time here. He's a fixture at this school. And one of the things that we enjoy as instructors at the school is a large pot of coffee every morning in camp, ready to go for us, so that as we're teaching, when we're on a break, we can drink some hot coffee. So we've drank lots and lots of different types of coffee from lots and lots of brands that have been sponsored, donated, given to us to use, stuff that we've bought to try it out. And we just decided it was about time to, you know, give the camp master a chance to pick a couple coffees out that were his favorites and kind of run that by with all the instructors to see what they enjoyed drinking. And we ordered a bunch of coffees from one import company, and we kind of selected through those coffees to get down to 2 flavors that we wanted. And then we put the camp master's face and the camp master blend name on every one of these bags of coffee. So he gets a portion of the sales from these coffees as well. So you're supporting him on the side as Salty Dog Outdoors and the camp master of the school when you buy this coffee. But it's more of a lifestyle experience. It's the same coffee that the instructors drink at the classes week in and week out. It's more of a lifestyle thing when you purchase this coffee. But it is very, very good coffee. I've had lots of feedback about it from people that have already purchased it, saying, you know, my wife's really, really picky about coffee, and she loves that campfire blend or that roasted blend of coffee. The dark roast, I believe, is the one. I'm sorry, the light roast. The campfire blend is the light roast. The dark roast is the Woodsman's Wake Up with caffeine added. So that's just a little bit of a history and story behind the coffee. And we're going to fix some today out here at the campfire at the Hunter's Camp in our French press, which again is a special deal that you can get right now, the French press and 2 bags of coffee at a greatly reduced price to get that coffee and that French press in people's hands through the holidays. So while we are letting this water heat up so that we can add coffee to it to press it in a few minutes. I wanted to also give you guys a little bit of information about things that we've done at the school over the past 12 months to kind of improve things at the school and set ourselves apart from a lot of the others. Because let's face it, there's a lot of survival schools out there now that you can choose from, that you can choose to put your money or invest your money in, your time in, to learn these types of skills. So what kind of sets the Pathfinder School apart are things that we try to do to improve not only the Pathfinder system and the way it's taught, but things like student to instructor ratios being fairly low. And our student to instructor ratio is generally 8-to-1 at a basic level, 6-to-1 at an intermediate level, and 4-to-1 at an advanced level. And then generally 8-to-10-to-1 at peripheral classes like Bushcraft 101, rope clinics, medicinal edible plants, things like that. And then we have a lot of specialty classes that we teach, which I kind of spoke to just a second ago, that are aside from our normal survival classes. And we have lots of people here that are specialized in certain areas as well. And I encourage my instructors to kind of specialize in a certain area and make that their area of extra expertise, if you will. And so things like medicinal and edible plants. We have our camp master, who this coffee is named after, is actually a master gardener. I am a certified at the intermediate level herbalist with the International School of Herbal Arts and Sciences. And I have lots of guys on my staff that are, 100% homesteaders that study plants, plant medicine, preservation of plants, use of plants and trees and things like that every day in their daily lives. So we teach those type courses here at the school. We're also a Red Cross certified training facility. We teach wilderness first aid and CPR. We have a live AED on site, which is important if someone is here and has a heart attack. A live AED is one of the most beneficial things that you can have on site. They are very expensive, but we do have one here on site at the school, as well as training AEDs that we use during our wilderness first aid certification courses through the Red Cross. We have training aids for students to use, not only dummies for CPR, but also training AEDs. So we have a full training schedule that we set up for wilderness first aid that also incorporates the Pathfinder system and goes way beyond something that you would learn at, say, a Red Cross indoor facility to get your wilderness first aid certification, because it goes into scenarios, it goes into use of kit, it goes into supplementing your first aid kit, it goes to using things off the landscape, using plants off the landscape and trees off the landscape to aid in your first aid. All those type things are taught in this class, and that's why it's a 4 or 5 day course and not just a 16-hour Red Cross certification course. It's well beyond that here at the school, and that's why it's a little more expensive as well. The other thing that we do is we pay our instructors very well. I pay my instructors a daily rate and I pay them travel. So those costs get figured into things like the price of classes, because the more instructors I have here, the more money has to be paid out from those class fees. And obviously I'm in business to make money, so there has to be a little bit of meat left on the bone at the other end as well. Now, some of the other things that we do here at the school that kind of set us apart is we have peripheral classes like modern trapping and primitive trapping. And I have 2 trappers here and myself that are certified through the Fur Takers of America. I'm a certified expert trapper with the Fur Takers of America. So we have specialized people in certain types of skills that we use to teach these classes here at the school. We have an Appalachian folk skills class, and again, I have master gardeners, I have herbalists, I have people who teach that stuff and do that stuff on a regular basis at their homesteads, so they're very well qualified to teach those skills here at the school. I have another instructor that is certified in ropes and rigging, and we have a ropes and rigging class here at the school, and he is the lead instructor at that class. So again, a certified instructor in that special area to be able to teach those courses. And then, of course, we have every instructor at the school is required to have several certifications to be an instructor here at the school. One of them is they have to be wilderness first aid and CPR certified. And 2 of my instructors, possibly 3, are certified at the EMT or paramedic level. So we have those type professionals here on scene in case there's an emergency as well. I have very well coordinated egress from all areas of this training facility, and basically pocket dial numbers to emergency assistance if we need it, from local sheriff to local ambulatory services and things like that, that all I have to do is pick up the phone and boom, they're going to be here. There's no problem there. So those things set us apart as well. We also have a 4,000 acre training area. It's actually over 4,000 acres, but we have 4,000 acres of forested area that we can train in. And that gives us the ability to longer navigation, to be able to do longer resourcing walks and things like that, to be able to show you different types of small micro ecosystems within the landscape and teach those types of things to you as well. So there are lots and lots of things that set us apart from other schools that I don't dwell on in lots and lots of videos, but I think it's worth noting and getting out there to people so they understand when they choose to come to the Pathfinder School what they're actually investing that money in. They're investing that money in professional instructors who have gone outside the realm of simply making fires and building shelters to teach you the best ways to affect your survivability, whether it's short-term or long-term, off the landscape and from your kit, as well as being able to tell you how to take care of yourself and your family in emergency situations. One of the things, or a couple things that I didn't mention when we talked a minute ago about some of the things that set the Pathfinder School apart, and one of the things that really I think is one of the most important that I didn't mention in this last discussion was that the Pathfinder School is also fully insured. That protects us, that protects you. Very few schools in this day and age, unless they are really dedicated to being a training facility, are insured. So you may want to check into that before you sign up for a school to make sure that they have proper liability insurance. The other thing is I talked about the qualifications or the certification that our instructors have to be able to be instructors here at the Pathfinder School. Not only do they have to go through our instructor training program, which we currently have about 10 people in that program now that are coming up through the ranks, and then they also have to be ham radio amateur licensed. And the reason for that is one of our instructors always has a PLB that is satellite capable for sending texts whenever students venture off the school property and into the 4,000 acre wildlife area we use for training. But having that ham radio also will reach a local repeater that's only 15 miles away. So it is a tertiary backup to communications. So they have their cell phone, but a lot of times there's no cell phone service. They have that PLB that will allow them to send texts. And then they also have a ham radio that they can bounce off a local repeater to get help if needed. So they carry 3 types of communication everywhere they go here at the Pathfinder School to make sure that the students are well taken care of, that they're safe, and that if an emergency happens, we can get help there almost immediately. And I think that is very, very important whenever you invest your money in a school to ensure that you're going to be taken care of. I realize this is kind of a long-winded video, and I apologize for that, but I think one thing that we're kind of missing in this day and age is just campfire chats. And so I thought today we'd just have a campfire chat. I apologize if it's too much talking head. All right, we're ready to go. So all we're gonna do with this French press is line it up, push it in, make sure that the spout's lined up with the pour hole. Gently push it to the bottom. That'll drive all the grounds to the bottom and leave you nothing but coffee. And then you're ready for a taste test. Well, there's really nothing left but the taste test, fellas. Man, okay, so here's what I'm gonna tell you. That's a fine cup of coffee. Truth be told here, 100% transparency, I'm not a big coffee drinker. All of my guys are, my camp master is, my wife is. I'm not a huge coffee drinker. Most of the time, I have to have training wheels in my coffee. I need some sugar in there, I need some cream in there, some milk, something. Because most of the time, coffee's got an acrid bite to it. This coffee doesn't have that at all. Now, it may have been the way I fixed it, but I believe it's probably the coffee itself. I could drink this straight all day long, and it's great. So let's talk about that French press real quick. As you saw in the video, as the water was about to boil, I added coffee. I let it boil in that water for about a minute, no more than that. Just it started to get frothy, and that froth started to come up. I pulled it off the heat and let it sit there and steep for probably 5 minutes. Put the French press on top, press the grounds to the bottom, pour it in a cup and let it cool down. I could drink that all day, day in and day out, no problem. This may convert me to coffee. Man, that's a really good cup of coffee. That's good. All right, when you're done, you got your grounds at the bottom. Easy enough just to pour some water in that bad boy. Slosh it around. dump it out, and you're gonna get rid of 90% of it. A couple rinses and it'll be gone. Screen, same thing. A little bit of a water rinse, you're good to go. Ready for the next time. Now, this French press, probably worth noting, is the same cup style as our 64 ounce bottle and 48 ounce cup, except this one has a pour spout on it for the French press. So this cup will fit our 64 ounce bottle just fine. So if you buy the French press and you buy the 64 ounce bottle, if you don't want to carry the French press, you can easily take this thing apart. The lid still has the D-ring on it. You can have a larger cup and lid for that 64 ounce bottle in your pack, and you can take the French press apart and you can put those components in the front pouch of our water bottle pocket, and it will hold the full 64 ounce water bottle and 48 ounce cup. It's made big enough to do that on purpose. So that's just another tip or trick with this system for you in case you want to use it. Well guys, at the beginning of this video, I told you that I wasn't sure about the price of this, but I just remembered what it was. It's $39.95 is the special. For 2 bags of coffee, you get one of each blend, one Campfire, one Woodsman's Wake Up Call, in the Campmaster blends, and you get a French press for that $39.95. So that's a really, really good deal going on from now to the end of the year, I believe, that you can get that combo set. And again, grab a 64 ounce bottle while you're at it, because you can easily take this apart. It completely unscrews from the bottom of this thing and comes apart. You can take this part off and take the lid completely off, just to clean everything if you need to or whatever, but also to take this complete thing apart to store it into a water bottle bag in the front pouch and use this lid with your 48 ounce cup and your 64 ounce bottle. Then you've got a very, very good system in that water bottle pouch that you can make yourself some coffee on the trail, but also have a water bottle and cup set if that's what you choose. All right, guys, listen, I apologize again about the long-windedness of this video. Again, just a campfire chat. I wanted to go over this coffee deal with you guys today, talk to you a little bit about how and why we developed this coffee to begin with, and also some things that set the Pathfinder School apart from the many other schools that you have to choose from to invest your money. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your support. We thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, for our business, for all of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. And I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.